Insta360, we have a problem. If you own or are looking at one of these, the new quick reader for the Go 3 or Go 3S camera, there is a file integrity issue that you need to be aware of. Stay tuned and I'll provide all the details. So after quite a delay, I finally received my quick reader for my Go 3S and Go 3, and I started doing some testing in preparation for a full product review, which should be posted to the channel within the next few days. But during that testing, I came across what is a fairly significant issue when it comes to transferring files to a memory card. Now, the issue is not catastrophic, but it is pretty serious to the point that I felt I should share this as quickly as possible, and I also didn't want this information being buried into the middle of a review. So I'll try to make this as brief as possible, and let's get into what the issue is. Now, when it comes to transferring files, the new quick reader offers a couple of different possibilities. The first being transferring files off the camera through the USB port onto your computer or other device. Now, using the quick reader in this way is a little slow, but it works without any issues. The other option is to transfer files from the camera to a memory card which is placed inside the card reader itself, and that is where this particular data integrity issue shows up. So let me take you through the process and show you exactly what the problem is. Now, before you use the memory card transfer function with the new quick reader, there are a couple of important things to know. Number one, it is a full sweep. There are no options to be able to select which files are moved and which ones are not, so it's an all or nothing transfer. The second thing to know is that this is a move and not a copy. So it takes the files, moves them over onto the memory card, and the files are no longer available on the camera. So with that in mind, before I do this, let's take a look at what is on the camera so we can compare the before and after results. So I plug in my camera, and as you can see on the camera, I have just a few small files here, a couple of them from earlier today and a couple of them from back in June. Now again, just for the purpose of this test, I'm going to make a backup copy of the files onto my desktop, and we're going to compare these with what we find on the memory card after the transfer is complete. Okay, so now that we have our backup copy, let's do the transfer to the SD card. Now there are two different options when it comes to doing the transfer. You can plug the quick reader into the action pod. This has the advantage that it gives you a progress visual, albeit pretty basic. Or you can do the transfer from just the camera on its own. You simply plug the quick reader into a power source, power on the camera, and hit the button. Regardless of which method you use, once you initiate that transfer, the process and the results are identical. So with the transfer complete, let's now take the memory card out and see exactly what we've got. So as you can see on the memory card, we now have those same 4 files, but now you can see what the issue is. The original creation date of your files is changed to the date and time of the transfer. Now, for some users in certain situations, this may not be that critical, but the fact remains that you lose the original date and timestamp of your original recording. Now, I have already passed this information on to Insta360, and hopefully they will be able to come up with a quick solution. But from my perspective, I certainly don't think I'll be using the memory card transfer function until this issue is fixed. So that's it for today. As promised, short and sweet. Be on the lookout for the full review of the quick reader that should be coming out within the next few days. Otherwise, thank you for watching.